brain area. Just by chance, it happens to only damage the fusiform face area. And these people essentially have the inability to recognize a face. So they might be able to, say, look at their spouse and not be able to see that it's their spouse. Maybe they can see by the shirt or something, oh, I recognize the shirt and the clothes and the outfit, that's probably my wife or husband, what have you. But just by looking at the face, if you just saw the face, they wouldn't be able to recognize it, which kind of seems, it's a very foreign thing for a normal person to understand, but it's a condition that happens to people when they have strokes in this brain area. So it's pretty good evidence that the brain area is involved in solely recognizing faces. And by the way, these same people, if they talk to their spouse on the phone, they recognize the person by their voice immediately. It's like an easy thing. But if they walk through the front door, they're not going to recognize them until they say, hi, honey. And then, oh, it's you, basically. But there's also another condition where people have a completely fine face brain area, but they essentially have the area connecting the face area to the emotional affective center. The connection between these two areas is broken. And the consequence of that is they can recognize somebody's face, but they don't get like the warm and comfort from seeing that person's face that they normally get. So you may not consciously realize, but anytime you see somebody that you trust, the affective parts of your brain essentially make you feel better. And it's actually a really important thing for your social relationships, that you recognize people and that you know people that you trust, and they make you feel comfortable, right? So people that have a lesion, or people that have a stroke that damages just the connection between the face area and the emotion area, they'll say, wow, you look like my husband, but you can't be my husband because I don't feel anything from it. So these people actually go through a horrible struggle in their life where they think everyone that they used to know is an imposter because they don't get the normal emotional response. So these are very rare examples I'm bringing up that don't happen to anyone we probably know, but they are still pretty clear examples of how the brain is divided in these different sections. And usually these case studies of people really elucidate how the human brain works, unfortunately speaking, for them. But it shows that everything is differentiated in specific brain areas, though connected they are. So I guess, let's see. I've been rambling a little bit, but I think we can talk about, you can think of this core affective center of the brain as kind of like your base response. And I guess we were just comparing the affective system to the recognition system, but we can also really compare it to the strategy system. So the example that I can think of is, I guess you go out to dinner, and there's a menu of options. What are you going to get? And basically, your emotional system is telling you, your gut feeling is telling you, you know what? I really like sugar. I really like fat. I'm going to get a cheeseburger and then a cake for dessert, right? And that's kind of like your gut response. It's almost like people usually struggle with the having to like put these responses down, because it's almost like you're what you want at the given time, basically. And at the same time, your strategy system, your frontal lobe is thinking, if I eat nothing but cheeseburgers and cake, I'm going to be overweight and it's going to be unhealthy. And so at any given time, your affective system and your strategy system are basically competing for controlling your behavior in a way. At any given time, there's going to be some, like, and you can probably think in your life, there's some times where you have a gut instinct and you overcome it by thinking about how dumb it would be to do that thing. And at other times, you kind of succumb to your gut instinct and you feel guilty about it or something. It's like, I guess it's not always a bad thing, but I think it's kind of a normal thing to understand how to pull and tug between like your gut response and what you know would be better for you in the long run. And it's kind of the relationship with the affective and the strategic system, yeah, that is kind of a constant struggle in daily life. And so maybe, hopefully, by talking about these three systems generally, you can understand how the brain has like separate systems for doing every little thing, but at the same time they're connected. They have to be connected, and they interact with each other. How am I doing? Okay, I've been told I'm doing good. I don't really know what else to say. And bye-bye.